I'm just running my mouth and running my mouth and running my mouth, and ain't no mic on. You have tuned into the St. James Show. I am your host, St. James, where I bring you the gospel according to St. James. And it's Saints. We're going to have a Saints meeting on tonight. Some of y'all didn't even go to church on Easter. You shame. So we're just going to have a little talk. We got you. Thank you. I think I'm there now. What's up? Mother, the Thais is in the building. He decided, yes, that's none other than Margaret DeRoe. Margaret DeRoe out of Los Angeles wrote that song. James Cleveland recorded it, or the Daryl Vales. Well, I mean, them Vales folks, one of them recorded it. But that's actually Dexter Walker and Fellowship Chicago. They're doing that. So let me stop it, because I'm probably gonna have to pay split some royalties or something with Margaret DeRoe's people. I think Margaret's still alive down in LA, I believe. Who else is in here? Hey, what's up, Cupcakes? She's always in and on time. What's up, Michi Mill? What's up, Gail? LLE? What's up, LLE? Who else do we have in here? What's up, Amy? Did everybody have a wonderful Easter or resurrection? All you deep folks, resurrection Sunday. Man, little bit of things are going on. But before we get into that, I just want to thank you again. We're at over 3,000 subscribers. So that is a blessing. Thank you. Only you. So you have to keep liking and subscribing and supporting, and please, even while you're on the live tonight, you can join and become a member. As you can see, the Thais report is a member, Cupcakes is a member, and we have some other members. So click on the link. I think it starts from $2.99, $5.99, $9.99. So it's very reasonable. Just a monthly support that you can show towards the St. James Show. Y'all can afford it. Full lead across the cap. Oh, I want you to come and talk with me, Thais. You don't want to talk tonight. You're busy twinkling your toes. Okay. I seen that meal that you made. That looks really good. Even though I am not a fan of lamb. It's a little gamey to me. I'm just really not a fan of it. But I guess I'll eat it when I go to the Brazilian restaurants or something like that. I'll eat it, but I don't really care for it, to tell you the truth. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But thanks again, 3,000 subscribers. And I want to let you know that now we have some merchandise, everybody. So I would love for you to go and click on the link. The link is in the description as well. And you can get the St. James Show t-shirt, and you can just go on the link and order the type of t-shirt you want. Matter of fact, let me just go on there and let me go on there and just pull it up really quick. He would not come down from. I love that song. We used to wear that song at my church. Where it at? I just won't go on and on and on with it. Anyway, so let's see here. Let me see if I can share my screen today. Yeah, it worked, I believe. Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe. Oh, I didn't add it to the stream. See, Thais, I'm about as blind at this stuff as you. So here are the shirts. If you scroll down, I don't know why I didn't put it on the top, but here is some shirts that you can get. You can choose your different type of material that you want for the shirts. So different prices, and they come directly from the company. So I'm not you, Ty. I can't deal with that. You can't bring them to me. And then I ship them out. You just go ahead and do that. So I would love for you to rep your St. James Show merchandise. And I also trademarked this little Black Excellence. What happened? Let me go back. So we have Black Excellence, and we do have a bunch of Black Excellence that are subscribers to the St. James Show. So you can go on there, you can choose whatever color. There's colors right there, but you can choose whatever colors you want. All right. So we definitely want you to support the St. James Show by buying some merchandise. That would be great. So we want each and every one of you to support the St. James Show. What we got going on here? The good version of that song. Who's that? Latanya Moore in Atlanta. Oh, okay. What was said? I like that. I'm still learning. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Cupcakes, you always on time. Oh, you in the movie? What movie are you seeing, Ray Bishop? It must not be good. Yeah, I can't go to the movies if I'm sleepy. I don't care how good the movie is. I'm out. I'm gone. So I'm going to put I'm just going to talk about a few topics tonight. I'm going to show some things. And if you want to come onto the live and talk about what I'm talking about, there is the link to StreamYard. You don't really have to be, if you get a little froggish, I will click you off. You don't really necessarily have to be on camera, but I really would like you to be on camera. Oh, Super Mario Bros. Oh yeah, my mom took my little brother to see that, and my nieces and nephews to see that the other day. They saw it in 3D. She said it was really good. Hey, what's up? Yeah, Yolanda, what's up from Austin? Yeah. Finally, I just decided to come on. Just like God decided to die, I decided to come on tonight so I can talk to y'all. I had to watch that doggone groaning gospel first, though. What is going on with these two? These two are crooks, and I don't care. And we can say allegedly, we can say whatever, but those two, that Latasha Scott and Rocky are crooks. Now, the kickbacks, she don't know nothing. And she's saying that her sister, it's betrayal. It ain't no betrayal. And then Rocky says, well, they can't prove it. That's the first idea that somebody is lying to you or done ripped you off. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. SW, what did I say? Groaning gospel, that's right. Oh, I seen that mess too the other night. But yeah, I'll mention a little something on that as well. But yeah, SWV and Escape. But hey, what's up, Inspire? So he said, first thing he said out of his mouth when he's on his his interview, well, they can't prove it. Okay. All right. And he was doing a lot of stuttering as well. So if you haven't seen it, you'll see the finale. It's interesting. I wonder if they will do a second, another season. It would be nice for them to do it, but not growing in gospel. Yeah. It's SWV. And them queens of R&B. That's who they are. But did y'all see Grown in Gospel? Anybody watch that? Can't stand Elijah. He's annoying. And it's so interesting to me because how old is Tasha Lockhart? Is she 40? I know she's 40. Because she said she's third marriage or something. So she said her and Elijah went to school together. So Elijah be running around here acting like he's young, but he ain't young. What's up? Happy Easter. So who went to church today? Did anybody? I went to church today. I'm proud of myself. Last time I went to church was, when did I go to church? It was a holiday. It was a holiday and I went to church. Oh, Christmas. Did I go Christmas? That's a shame. You got to figure out when the last time you went to church. I can't even remember. I thought it was Mother's Day last year. No, it couldn't have been because I went to church for something. Oh, my little brother got baptized and I went to church. That's right. Yeah. But church was good today. Boy, I tell you, they not going back to church, huh? It was about 3/4 full up in there. And I was like, ooh, these folks ain't coming. They don't care. I know, Ty, you were talking about it was packed up in TD Jakes this morning, but it'll go back to the normal. It'll go back to the normal. Oh, Elijah's 32, Tasha's 40. They said they went to school. She said they went to school together. So I don't know. That's interesting. All right. Anyway, so I'm not going to be on here long, y'all. I just wanted to talk about a few things. Can we talk about this Donnie McClurkin and what he posted on his Facebook? Let me pull it up really quick. See if you guys can see that. Not. Let me share. Let's share. And while you're, I hope everyone, as you're coming in, if you can click like and share and subscribe if you have not subscribed, that would be great. That would be great. Let's add. Let's see. There we go. Oh, thank you. Sarah? Say something. Thank you for the CashApp. Appreciate it. Let's see. So Donnie goes on to say, where is he at? Can you guys see that? Good Friday. Who came up with that? Why do we follow so blindly? It doesn't add up. Crucified on Friday morning, Friday night. Stayed in the grave on Saturday morning, Saturday night. Rose early Sunday morning. Then he quotes Matthew 28:1. He says, we are a day short, according to Matthew 12:40. 3 days and 3 nights in the grave. The math ain't mathin'. We can get it right. We really can if we simply stick to the Bible. But what what are your thoughts on that? Hey, what's up, Whitakers? I'm going to pull up one of what someone posted on my community wall when I posted that deal. Let me see if I can bring it up. It would not come down. Okay. Let's see. All right. I am going to share this also. Hey, what's up, Sherman Walker? Okay. I'm kind of with you on that one, though. What was said. Donnie is right. But yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I'm just trying to lay this thing out. I'm kind of with you. Let me share that screen. Because it really doesn't really matter, to tell you the truth. Okay. Let me put this on screen. All right. So that's what he said. And then I kind of like what, where was that at? Where was that at? Did she erase it? Oh, I think she erased it. Oh, shoot. It was so good. Anyway, the girls, somebody had posted that, Donnie really doesn't know anything about something about the Greek law or the Greek calendar or something calendar. Who cares? I think we really get up. Really, yeah. He got up and out. That's all that really matters. All that really matters. And it's just like Easter supposedly is pagan. Everything is pagan. Everything is, against the Bible anyway. How we're honoring it. But my thing is, if you believe in Jesus Christ, then you actually believe that he actually rose. I mean, he actually was born. So when the people that say that we shouldn't be celebrating Christmas on the 25th of December, it's like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But are you going to acknowledge the fact that your Jesus was actually born? And what day are you going to You got to screen. Yeah, I know. I should have screenshot that. I hate it because I think she swiped it off the comments. Maybe she thought, I don't like for people to think. I just need you to put it down there and leave it. Say what you say and mean what you say and leave it there. Don't be taking nothing away. But if he was born, he was born. So it doesn't matter the day that we celebrate. And if you believe in the gospel, in the resurrection, the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ, then it really doesn't matter. I don't think we need to get into the semantics of things. So I understand Donnie's issue with that, but there's a lot of contradictory things that go on in the Bible. I don't care what anybody says. So it really doesn't make any difference to me. It really doesn't. It doesn't really make any difference, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, what's up, True Blue? True Blue. All right. Again, I'll go ahead and post this this link here. If you want to come on and just maybe express your thoughts on Easter, on how we celebrate, on the demise or the downfall of the church. And I don't really like this down because I don't have an issue with church. What's up, number 3? I don't have an issue with church and all that. Some people like, oh, people don't need to go back to church. I mean, I went today and it was fine. They had a violinist there, and I posted on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me, The Saint James Show on Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook. So please click on there and follow me as well. But we had a nice violinist. They had it was a little cheesy play that they did. It looked like they probably threw that together last night and did it today. But outside of that, I mean, the music was fine. A lot of tracks. You know, these churches are singing with a lot of tracks these days. They ain't got no singers. So they putting up a lot of stems and you can't get no real singers no more. But I mean, it was good. And I think if you go for the church, my biggest thing is I don't see going to church every Sunday as a benefit for me. It's a benefit for the pastor. Yeah, it's no more choirs. And no, what no more choirs? They was up there singing with stems. They had probably 9 or 10 people up there. And you know, it was a wonderful band, but it was stems. It was the tracks playing in the background. So most of that was not them. So, but I just don't see the purpose of going to church every Sunday. And you're talking to I'm someone who has been minister of music for multiple churches. I've been directing choir since I was 12 years old, singing in the Sunday school choir at 7 and directing the choir at 12. And I'm a man of a certain age now, so I've been doing it for a while. And you know, you start to think that, do you have a reprobate mind? You know, they put that in, you got a reprobate mind. You don't want to go to church. No, yeah, I catch, and I didn't see it today. I got to go back, but I usually watch West Angeles. And I watch West Angeles. I like the music, but I'm more of a nice traditional type of service. That's just me. So West Angeles kind of gives me that, but I also like the singing of Marvin Winans over that Perfecting. So I'll watch them. Oh, we got some people down there. All right, so hold on. Let me get this off the screen. What's up? What's up?
Hey! I was sharing this video to the Thai Squad.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I had stepped away for a second, but you know, I think what happened was when the church became commercialized, you lost a lot of the old feel. And I think people sometimes misconstrue that we want the church to stay, you know, back in the the 60s and 70s. No, we don't want that. But the oil of the church is gone.
That's what I'm saying. We don't want it to stay like it was, but can we grab some of that oil?
Some of that oil, that feeling, because it just seems like you're going to a production every Sunday. If your church is above, like, say, 500 members, yeah, it feels very stagey sometimes.
It really does. And see, and then they want to criticize us and say, oh, they just got a backslidden, they in a backslidden condition. Ain't nobody in no backslidden condition. We don't want a production. Can we deal with productions? We have so much social media. We have so much going on now, production-wise, in our life. We just wanted some real deal when we go into church. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's wild. Did you watch SWV yet?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
think
Okay.
mine is I think mine comes on at like 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. You know what? Mine is early. I got
if you have DirecTV, it's early.
I do.
Okay, so you can show us 3 hours ahead a week before us. And I can't. Was it good? I can't wait.
It was good. It was good.
It's the season finale tonight.
Yes, yeah, it was good. And you know what? A lot of stuff that SUV, and you see that what's her name? Coco and Letitia Lasagna is on Watch What Happened Live. Now he has her on there.
Oh wow. Yeah. And I noticed that as the official Escape Instagram has been posting stuff for her about her on the official Escape Instagram. And I'm like, people in the chat like, why are y'all posting her information?
You know what it is, Todd. It is totally publicity for everybody.
Okay.
She's hot right now. Her and her husband are thieves, allegedly. So she's hot right now. So they want that traction. They want that over there, even with the Escape business. So yeah, of course they're gonna post her.
But the thing about is that I don't think this hot little tea right here is gonna translate into financial success for her. I don't.
What'd you say? Double aluminum foil?
Baby, I don't see people. I don't see people. I think people are enjoying this tea, Chris. Yeah. They're enjoying this shit show. But they're not. Ain't nobody gonna fork over $4.99, $9.99 for Latasha. They're not. I'm sorry.
They're really not. And let me tell you this. Let me just, while you're on here, they are still they wearing her out.
Oh yeah.
They still wearing her out. Let me just bring something up real quick.
Well, yeah, I got time. I'm not doing anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm cool.
Where we at? Latusha. I can't stand her name. Bless her heart.
Well, that's what I started calling her, because that's the way it looks like. Latusha.
I know and I hear you say that, and I be calling her that.
Black people, we get so creative with these names, honey. Would it hurt you to put an A, mama? Would it hurt you to put an A?
Right. Could you just put that on there? There she go. And she, they trying. They really trying, but it's not landing. It's not landing. Oh, I don't want Lonnie B. I almost had it. Hold on.
Oh, while you're doing that, I heard the first part of the Donnie McClurkin piece. It's like, I think Donnie sometimes gets bored. I really do.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of stuff for clickbait. I swear, because sometimes, like, for real, Chris, there was no need to tell us about that Memphis story. There was no need to tell us about the New York story. It was no reason. I would have kept that to myself. I really would have.
Yeah, I think you're right. And he maybe, let me tell you this. Everybody is hurting for a little cash in the gospel community. Pastors, singers, things aren't what they used to be. So
no, not at all.
People at that church in New York, just by maybe spinning a little drama, a little ridiculousness, he can get them over there. So you're probably right, because we can't let that man coming into your room and about to have his way with you. We don't care.
And then get mad when the blogs pick it up and dismantle the narrative. Like, then get mad. We're all demons and devils.
Yeah,
girl, we wouldn't even be covering the story had you not told us about it.
Right. So it makes absolutely no sense. So I'm like, oh please, I ain't thinking about Donnie. But they are still. But just one, I just didn't. I wanted to see something, and I still didn't put it up while you was talking. I should have did that. I'm sorry. It don't really matter anymore. But yeah, it's like they're still like dragging her on her. They're like, beautiful voice, pay your sister back.
Right. It's like it's shade boots, and with Tasha supposed to be dropping some. Tasha, she has a way of pumping stuff up, and then you go see, and you're like, girl.
Yeah.
But the way Tasha is saying this new receipt is going to lay everybody out. I think it drops today.
Mm-hmm.
About Rocky, honey. Listen, Latasha basically, I think she knows her husband is pretty much ain't shit, but she don't know nobody else but Rocky. They've been married 28 years.
Yeah, and she likes to say that. And honey, you said that, but you had 28 years of lying and conniving and stress.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody jealous of you and your marriage. And she said on Watch What Happened Live, she said, and because of course messy Andy's gonna bring up the open relationship, and now she's saying, well, people took it another way. What it was, I know what he's done. We're open. We have open communication. Honey, that is not what you thought. You said.
No. She is a typical woman that has been emotionally and psychologically groomed by a man.
Yeah.
She falls in line. She knows how to say it, when to say it. She knows how to clean up on aisle 12.
Yeah.
She is basically a groomed woman, and that man has wore her thin for so many years. She knows how to get right in line, Chris.
Yeah.
And she'll say anything he wants her to say. And he can look at her at this point, I'm sure, and she knows what to do. He could probably just give her a look.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just like now, this week, they're still gonna go back to what they did last week. And of course, she had to put him on speaker when they were confronting her about the kickbacks. And of course, he had to put him on speaker rather, and he's stuttering, doing all this and saying he didn't. And it's so obvious that now they're saying, well, when people bring a show to everybody, they deserve a certain percentage. Well, why didn't you clear that percentage with the group if it's not
see, here's what I don't like, and this is what I have a problem, and it'll probably haunt me until I don't like for nobody to play in my face, Chris. I don't like that. Like, I have a problem with my family doing that, friends, business associates. Don't play in my face. You
crazy.
Yeah, don't sit up and don't gaslight me, because y'all know when she sat there and they told her what happened, she was sitting there like, wait a minute, what? Girl, you know what the fuck your husband doing.
Right.
Because he said in the text, I can get Tasha to get them on board. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't do that, Tasha. You and your husband are probably low-key crooks. And if some real tea get out from what I hear on Tasha K, y'all may be going to jail, because they said y'all been cutting up for years.
Yeah, I think so. And a lot is coming to the forefront. Then you can, well, I got the same text message. And that don't mean, at first he went from, that's not a text message that I he didn't send me that, to, oh yeah, we can get a certain percentage when we bring a show to the table. No, you can't.
No,
you can't.
No.
It reminds me of one of my favorite movies, Ray, when they caught his assistants taking kickbacks from promoters. I said,
and it happens all the time.
And it's been happening.
Thank you. I got it. And it happens all the time. I'm sorry, that was Instacart.
Oh, okay.
That was Instacart. I'm so sorry.
You're good. I hope everyone is sharing and liking the video. I appreciate everyone that is watching. What's to say? Desiree said, Letitia and Rocky give off scammer vibes. Oh no, they're big scammers. They're big scammers.
They give me
this like like what's his name said not James Hall. What's the other? What was his pastor name? I almost said something. Dr. Bond, and I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. They'll be scamming for the rest of their life. I do believe
they give me Jim and Tammy Faye.
Yeah.
They give me the black Jim and Tammy Faye. They give me very Paul and Jan Crouch too. Yeah. All the two she need is that purple wig Jan used to wear.
That's all she need, and they highlight, that them producers are some shady boots. They make sure that they put Rocky and Latasha in a bad light, showing their whole entourage of people.
Exactly. And then, girl, you run around here in this big bus, right?
Yeah.
You run around in this big tour bus, girl, like you're Aretha or Tina or Patty. Girl, you could have did all that in a little van.
I think Todd and them was calling the Diana Ross tonight.
Girl, like Aretha had a bus. Patty got a bus. Whoopi Goldberg got a bus. Girl, what you need a bus for? Girl, all y'all need is like 2 expeditions, maybe 2 excursions.
Let me tell you this. She don't need no bus for that gospel tour. She do not need no bus for that gospel tour. I am sorry. Ain't nobody coming.
No.
Ain't nobody coming.
She was over at House of Hope like a week ago. And everybody was just in the audience looking like, girl. You can see people like, girl, okay, baby.
Let me tell you, church folks are the most hypocritical folks.
Well,
definitely the most hypocritical folk. But when we know somebody ain't right when it comes to that singing and it comes to that kind of stuff, they're not going to get with them. They're not going to get with them. We like for you to be a hypocrite, in your own house. We don't want to know about it.
They like the church folks like for you to contain your mess.
Yeah, just like
they like for that mess to be. They want you to polish that old mess up.
Yeah, just like the pastors. They gonna use all the gay boys and lesbians for their music, but they need you to shut up.
Well, I tell people all the time. I say, well, you can be gay. You can be gay, but you just can't be gay in the church. You know what I'm saying? You can be anything in the church. Anything. Just you can be a hoe, a prostitute, a pimp. You just can't be gay. You can flat iron the first lady hair. You can go back there and fry 100 pieces of chicken for Sunday.
Yeah.
And, all that, but they're not going to affirm who you are. They're just not going to do it.
Right. So. So a lot of them were used and abused this today for the most money-making Sunday of all church.
Baby, listen, they're going to make up for the rest of the year because ain't nothing going on between now and December 31st. In the black church, this is it until watch night.
You know what? It is sad but true, as the old people used to say, sad but true. And
that's why they have all of these leadership conferences.
Right.
And all of these Woman Thou Art Loose and Mama I Want to Sing and Color they got all of this stuff now because they have to offset nobody being in church.
Yeah. It's sad. It is really, and a lot of these churches are only surviving through the government because the government gave the PPP away, and they also gave I believe it's the employee retention credit. Yeah, if so, and a lot of them got a lot of thousands of dollars from the government because of that. That's the only reason they're surviving right now.
And see, a lot of people don't know that there are programs with the PPP where you can have all of that stuff totally forgiven.
Right.
If you meet certain criteria, you don't even have to pay it back.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of people don't talk about this. I don't talk about it on my show, but I know with the PPP, a lot of pastors got the PPP, and and then close the churches down. A lot of people did that. A lot of people said, what? Shit, I can just take this money and move on with my life.
Take this money, and they bounced. They went and started another little business.
Parker Prison said like 4,000 churches closed down. A lot of pastors got that money and said, These people are coming back. They may come back, but they ain't coming back like it once was. Let me get the fuck up out of here.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. It's the truth. You know what inspires St. James, all of your years in church music service, what are the top 3 lessons you learned? That is, and I want you to answer that too, Todd. I've been in, like I said, I've been in music since singing since 7, directing choirs and chorals since 12. And I've been at multiple churches in multiple different denominations. And my lessons that I've learned, first of all, and it's a shame, but church is just a business. It's a business. And the second, because when it comes down to it, they are going to do what they need to do to keep that business going. The second thing I would say is that these pastors are human. Because growing up, I grew up in a very strict cultish type of environment.
Okay.
And I thank God for the foundation of it, but stepping out, looking back in, you realize you was a little Waco-ish.
It very much so.
But I had to realize that the pastor is human and not on this pedestal that we always gave them their honor, but we always put them on some pedestal that they couldn't even stand on.
Exactly.
And I think the third lesson is that's interesting. It would just have to be the appreciation of music that I have acquired throughout my years being in music. Because I went to school for music. So I've done classical, I've done all these different types of jazz. I was in the jazz ensemble. I used to have to do my classical pieces, stand and go through all of that. And I really appreciate it because I was able to kind of blend it in with my gospel. They hated us in school, though. The professors, the vocal coaches, the vocal professors, and all they hate gospel singers because we overdo it. We sing, they feel that we mess up our voices by, because we sing with so much passion and so much energy that, they don't like any of that. But I don't know. That's pretty much what I've learned. And, the thing about it being so close in the music director and the pastor have a very close relationship. I even was accused of sleeping with one of my pastors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which was a total lie. But when we're close like that, you cover each other as well.
Exactly.
And sometimes you shouldn't cover as much as you should cover. But I think that is when that humanity steps in, where you're saying, this is really just another man striving to do right, to be right. But everybody get caught up in that church stuff, though. They get that church brain, and these pastors get on their pedestals. So, and I know you've been in church forever as well, Ty.
Yeah, I honey, listen, I'm so over it. There's nothing left in me, honey, for it. When you get that awakening and you see this stuff for what it really is, it's hard for you to even try to go back if you wanted to, like to go into it full time.
Yeah.
One thing I learned, I watched my mother give everything away. I watched her give all her. I watched my mother give everything away.
And how much did the church give her when she passed for the
funeral? When she passed away, Roger the Cure, Holy Deliverance Pentecostal Church in Pasadena, gave $100.
Name names, places, and dates.
Oh yeah. He's gone on to the great. He's gone on to wherever he's gone on to. So
wherever he went.
But yeah, they gave $100. And she gave and gave and gave and gave to that church and that ministry. And I will say this: it is a situation. Hold on one second.
But yeah, it's crazy,
All
y'all.
right, I thought somebody was calling me.
Okay.
But yeah, the one thing I learned is y'all, honey, don't give away all your money. Don't give away everything to these churches because in the long run, what happens is that you will wound up with nothing. When
Yeah.
when
And
it's
they're gonna still
time
get in their Cadillacs, they
and,
BMW,
and,
and
and
their
pull off.
Maseratis.
And pull the hell off. And another thing I learned is that you will be shocked at how some of these people in higher, in leadership, you'll be surprised at their freak numbers and what they're doing behind closed doors. Like
Yes.
you
Yeah.
will be blown away at some of your pastors. I used to,
Yeah.
y'all know I used to do sex work and
You
whatnot.
did
But
what?
yeah, back in the day when I was, a young girl, pretty in the face, small in the waist back in those
Oh,
days.
okay.
But you saw so many ministers and pastors
Hey,
out
Harry.
on the track picking up girls,
Yeah.
picking up,
Yeah.
picking up trans girls and picking up, biological women. It was crazy. It was absolutely bananas. And I've seen pastors, party, do cocaine, and it's like, and these people don't know this is your pastor out here
Yeah.
doing the most. Um, and the
I
third thing,
remember back in the
eh,
day when I was a kid, and my
mhm,
and my aunt and uncle had to go get their pastor. The
mhm,
first lady had called them and said, he is in a hotel room drugged out. Can you go get him?
mhm, mhm,
And I was a kid. I was probably only about 12, not even that, probably 10 or 11. I remember that.
mhm.
So this ain't no new stuff here.
No, 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 no. And one more thing I would say, the third thing, you will be shocked. You'll be shocked at how some of your favorite, especially the old school artists,
Yeah.
you know, people were really, really not making a lot of money. Some of your artists, I have seen gospel artists driving around, and you be like, girl, that's Shirley Jones, or that's Betty Brown,
Right.
and
Right.
you will be shocked unless you're like a James Cleveland or Andre Crouch or something, or Shirley Caesar. Some of these gospel artists did not make a lot of money.
They didn't, and it's really sad. The only people who made, like Edwin Hawkins, when
Mhm.
when, when Oh Happy Day hit. See, Oh
Yeah.
Happy Day is internationally known.
Yes.
See, and Edwin and Walter did not make a lot of their bulk of their money here. They made
Mm-mm.
their money in Europe and in Germany, those places.
And all of the artists will tell you, both secular and gospel, Americans don't appreciate their artists. They made a lot of
No.
their money overseas, Europe and China, and even in Africa. They make a lot because they appreciate the artistry.
Well, and that is exactly why Donald Lawrence, who is taking over the music and arts,
I saw.
that's why his thing was like, we can't sit here and do another. We've been okay. We bragged about how Edwin Music and Arts was 30 years or what have you. But in the
Hmm.
30 years, where exactly has it gone and how has it progressed in the 30 years? So that's why he
Hmm.
said they have more of appreciation of gospel out of the country. That's why we're going to London at the end of this month.
Because
So
you
what
don't
you're
you don't want
saying,
you don't want this to be like, I'm just gonna be honest, like the Gospel Music Workshop of America is like, what has really evolved from that? Like, it's not. I wouldn't say the the GMWA is international. It's not really when you think about it.
it's really not. They have some people that come in, like
Hmm.
Japan and but it's not an international organization. Them gals is just getting together for cum dumps and pound towns
And
and
fuck
pounds
fest.
after praises. Okay.
Just one old fuck fest.
Yeah, yes. And the
And,
sad
and
part, that's a lot what's going on. That's why I can appreciate Donald from saying, okay, if we really want to keep gospel music going and
mhm,
innovative, then let's do something innovative. We can't sit
mhm.
here in the States and just do what these just like in even the other organization, what's the the gospel choirs and chorals and whatever that woman in St. Louis is over. Dorsey's old. It's Thomas Dorsey's organization.
Okay.
And them too, it's like pretty much the same thing. It's not anything that is change or changing the world. So I think that by us going to London, and I believe, he's going to do maybe every other year or so. And it's not an every year thing. These people they just getting together to mess around and play with each other. That's all they're doing.
Mm-hmm. So, because when you look at the Clark sisters, right, and the Pace sisters, and you can see where the Clark sisters excelled greater than the Pace sisters from a career standpoint, because I think the Pace sisters were like pigeonholed into steep religiosity of the Church of God in Christ and a lot of other things. And the Clark sisters, at some point, they knew they had to expand their sound. And they have done stuff with all of the major secular artists, right? The Clark sisters. So if you do not expand, you will become archaic and you will be stagnant. You will not grow.
But what happens in the church world? They stagnate. They try to mess that up, just like they did Maddie back in the day. They had a whole meeting on her.
Yeah.
Because she was on the Grammys, and being on the Grammys is like going to the next level, introducing gospel into the world, not just to the church folk. So they have always had a problem with innovation in gospel music. Yeah. So before we go on, let me go ahead and let me show
one of the things that I learned from legends like Andre Crouch, Sandra Crouch, Edwin and Walter.
All right, Andre.
I think I stopped it. I'm sorry.
One of the things that I learned from legends like Andre Crouch, Sandra Crouch, Edwin and Walter Hawkins was, if you show yourself friendly, you gain friends. So I'm excited I have friends from all over Europe meeting me in London for Music and Arts Global at the Gaumont State Theatre, April 27th through the 29th. Friday night is all about the choir. So Silver from Geneva will meet me there. Solid Gospel Sweden, New Voices Venice, True Gospel Copenhagen, Riga Gospel Choir, Latvia, Living Waters Madrid, John Nash and the Monterey Peninsula Gospel Choir, Monterey, California, Aaron Arrington and the Facebook Chorale, Las Vegas. All of this and more. You don't want to miss this. We're going to have an amazing time. See you there.
See, that's what picking up a mantle. That's what picking up a mantle and really taking off what it looks like, Chris.
Yes, that's what it looks like. And I don't care what anybody has to say about Donald Lawrence. Y'all can't touch him when it comes to business and when it comes to this gospel thing. Everybody wants to be in people's beds and in people's personal life. It is like, no. Don't let that distract you. He never has let any of that distract him. He took what Edwin asked him to do, and we were going to Copenhagen 2020, but I guess what happened in 2020, the pandemic.
Wow.
So now we're going to London, and I wanted to play that because
are you going?
I am going. Yeah, I'm going. I'll be in London for a week. Yeah, I will be there, and hopefully I'll go live if I can. I don't know how that will go. But it's interesting. I know how you look at your algorithms and your analysis of where people are watching from. And I have a lot of people who watch me from London. So hello, London.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to promote that, and because I've been a chapter leader in the Hawkins organization since 2009.
Oh, 2009.
Cool. So I've been with them for that long. So this is just another area of that. So it really, and I like how you don't let things just kind of get in the way. if you like what you do, gospel, just do that. Don't get all caught up in these churches.
That's right.
It's always good to have a good covering. But let me tell you, I've taken on the teruma tie.
All right. All right.
I've taken on the teruma. I've listened to Larry, and I listened to Bishop Bernard, and I read up on it, and I just took up. I took on that. So it's like, I think you ought to take things that apply to you and that you can work with. Let me tell you, if you take a lot of this biblical stuff literal, you drive yourself crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go live in London.
The teruma, basically, is that an offering?
It's an offering. It's like 2.5% of your what do they say? What's the word, the churchy word we use? Your increase. So I just pay 2.5. And I have a local pastor that I like. I don't like many of them.
Okay.
But I do have a local pastor that I like, and I just shoot it to him. He was shocked when I first did it, and I was like, well, just take it. You do what you want, with it. And he's a pastor. He's like a youth pastor at a church.
Okay.
So he's not even the pastor, but I'm like, you and your wife, y'all, God gave it to me.
So it has. Okay, so because I'm kind of interested because I heard Larry talk about it, but So it has to be exactly 2%? Because I give away. Chris, I'm not trying to. I do so much behind the scenes of my show.
Right.
People have no clue of the money I send out to people. That people inbox me needs all the time.
You sit there and raise offerings for people.
And I'm like, honey, I'm already giving more than 2%. Does it have to be 2%?
And let me just since we're there, this is what it is. Let me just share my screen really quick, guy. And it's offering time in the tabernacle. What you say? Y'all see two cash apps down here, one under mine and one under Ty's. Y'all bless us tonight. Bless us give us a nice Easter heave offering, as they say.
Well, give 2% of mine to St. James.
But let me just share this really quick. I want to just so we can have a little bit more context of what it is. And there's other things. That
okay. So somebody said 2.5 tithes into the person or mentor who covers you.
Right, that's what it is. That's what the teruma is generally. It's 2.5% of your tithe or whatever into the person or mentor who covers you.
Okay, but I remember Larry did that for the man to break that word curse. Remember too?
Yes, he did.
So it must have multiple layers to it.
I think it does. Just like teruma is the priestly dues, or more typically heave offering is a type of offering and it is kind of a Judaism type of thing. But let me tell you that let's not get caught up in them semantics, because we do a lot of things that cross each other in Christendom. So let's not start talking, go ahead. The word is generally used for an offering to God, although it also sometimes used as term as a judge who loved. The word teruma refers to various types of offering, but most commonly known teruma, Goliath, or whatever. So it's as you can see it there, everyone. If you want to read up on it a little bit more, then do that. But my biggest thing was, it was just something that I got a conviction for.
Okay.
That's all. And like I said, it's just like when I was talking about Easter and Christmas, and that's not, they all say pagan this, and you shouldn't be even, the Hebrew Israelites won't have you, they'll have you Jehovah's Witness, not celebrating nothing, not even your birthday, if you listen to them.
Wow.
So, it's just something that I do that, and I don't know how we got onto this, but... But it's just something that I've known to do. I tithe in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you, and I, like I said, a lot of people say we're not under the law. We don't even have to tithe, just giving out, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of things that we can talk about. But I think it's going back to when we're talking about traditionalism in church. You have to figure out what works for you. If going to church every Sunday is not your thing, then it's not your thing. And it doesn't have anything to do with your salvation or your walk with Christ. So,
okay.
That's just me. Because I know you ain't. When the last time you been over there to the city?
Oh, child. Well, it was. I think it was like last year. I ain't gonna lie. It was probably last year.
Last year.
If that. And then let me say this, Chris. I was looking at my church today. Mm-hmm. My old, my LGBTQ affirming church.
Oh, okay.
That I was at for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, I watched today and it broke my heart. It was every bit of like, I would say 10 people.
Oh,
and that's just, oh my God. And I would love to help try to do something to try to bring, but I don't even know. It may be too late, Chris. I would love to try to just, try to help out and try to get some people back over there. But I think it may be too late.
Generally, when you see that, Ty, it's because people are stuck in the old time way.
Uh-huh.
They won't transform. They won't be innovative. They say we did it back in 1995 and we can do it in 2023. And that's not how things go anymore.
Right. And then the thing about it is that Archbishop Carl Bean was a force of life, a force of nature. And when you have somebody like that, you got to find somebody with the same power or something close to it.
Right.
And the people that he chose were beautiful people. Well, one of them was beautiful people. And
that's a lie by the thief. Yeah, tell the truth.
Baby, it's like, and then I just don't know. It just kind of fell apart. But see, early on when I first got there were a lot of rumors, Chris. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of rumors about the church, and the rumors were untrue, right?
Right.
Right. But those rumors took off, and they didn't handle it. They should have did more.
Right.
I don't know how much they knew or heard, but those rumors did irreparable damage for that church, because that church at one point it was like, it was like really, really like the vision of Atlanta and LA, right?
Right.
And then it just started going downhill, and it just, child, then Bishop retired. I was like, oh, honey. And then when he passed away, I said, honey, listen, I hope this church can sustain. I really do.
And a lot of times the unfortunate part is that these pastors don't really put that into place. I mean, a powerful person, just like I always say, when Bishop McMurray died, he started bringing in powerful people to preach. And when he brought in Noel was at his peak at that time. Noel was a great evangelist. He was pastoring in Texas and married, but he was doing more evangelizing. He was preaching at, Carlton Pearson's Azuzas and all those. So McMurray knew to bring in somebody that's going to keep them folks up in them seats. And
exactly.
Noel was the one. And these pastors are dying, knowing they're dying, and have not really equipped anybody. They got other ministers, but being a minister don't mean you're a pastor. You're a good Sunday school
That's the thing. And Zachary Jones is over there, and Zachary Jones is over at Unity now, and he's out of New York City, and he's good. Don't get me wrong, but honey, listen, you would have to have somebody coming there like a Yvette Flunder to come behind Archbishop Carl Bean. I'm serious.
Right.
Yvette
would do great in LA, but Yvette ain't gonna leave Oakland.
No, and it's like that's the thing. Yvette already has her own situation. She ain't coming down here to save no church. You know what I mean? So she already has her own situation. So it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. I think they'll hold on.
Break your heart. It breaks your heart because my old church in when I grew up, And I look at them sometimes, and it seems like they're just doing so much, but just it's not there. It's just not there anymore, you know. And they haven't turned that turned the corner on that. And let me tell you, I have a pastor friend who always calls me for advice, and he said, "Because you is crazy, and you gonna just tell me how it is." And I am. I tell him. I've been in this thing too long to pussyfoot around with you and lie. You know, I'm gonna tell you. And when he takes my advice, it's generally successful for him because I've been in church too long. I see a lot of this foolishness, and I see what works, and I see what doesn't work. If you want to call me a church, what they call it, whatever they call it. But I mean, I can tell you what will work. And I've been in Baptist churches. I've been in apostolic churches. I've been in cogic churches. I've been in Methodist churches. And let me tell you, ain't no difference in a lot of these churches.
I agree.
They all the same. They're pretty much all the same. But you know, it's just you hate to see where you have grown up just kind of go to shits. You really do. What's
yeah,
up, Paul?
it's like looking at Mecca or the house on the hill, and it's like, Lord Jesus, what could we have done? You know, and sometimes I'm sad to say it, Chris. Sometimes there's nothing you could have done. It was gonna be what it was gonna be.
Right. And a lot of times people just don't want to change. And if they don't change, it's just going to, like you said, it's just going to be what it's going to be. And you're just going to have to live with it. But, you know, I think nobody wanted to. I told one of my preacher friends, have church once a month. They thought I was crazy.
Oh, they don't like because they feel like they bucket. They're not going to get the multi.
Church once a month.
Wait a minute. I done hit the damn remote control. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But yeah, it's that's too much like right. You know,
Yeah.
They figure that they bucket's gonna be cut in half. You never know. You might get more with once a month.
Yeah, and like I said, once a month coming together, but you maybe have you some what's up, Wade? Maybe have you some online, still have your online presence strong. You know, you can do your worship, just like just like this morning when you got on and you had your Easter lamentation. I mean, that's good. What if a pastor got on and talked real deal to their associates or their members and gave them encouragement? Like, you don't need to go into a church house. They can send you a little CashApp or send CashApp to the church or whatever, because what you talked about this morning was great. Because what did you talk about? You talked about family.
Yeah, I talked about family, but my message today was, being continual with, the message was being continual with your worship and your praise. I said, so many people are just going to go to church today and they're not coming back to church, So even if you don't go to church, don't just give up on praise. You should be praising God, even if you're going to be an Easter member. Don't walk away from the church and don't pick it back up until next Easter. Continue to give God praise. Let your praise and worship be continual.
Right. It's not a holiday type of thing.
No.
And you're not doing the Lord any favors, as the old people used to say. You ain't doing the Lord any favors by being a CME saint, Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter. But that Turner. Too many of the senior pastors are afraid to mentor and share. That's correct. In fear of losing money from the. Yeah, they don't want these little whippersnappers to come up and swipe either their members or their influence. They don't want that.
Exactly. And the thing about it is that, like Carson Pearson said, like 4,000 churches closed last year. And then he said there was an outbreak of pastors beating their wives because of the church, fiduciary just, falling through the cracks. So they took it out on their wives. And he said alcoholism went up amongst these pastors because they never saw a day where their churches would start emptying out. Nobody had a plan.
It took them by surprise.
it took them by surprise, Chris. And it's kind of like what happened with the brick and mortar stores, what happened with Amazon.
Right.
You know, we never thought they would pay less and Kmart would all be out of business. But they didn't have
that's what Paul Jackson said. Let the church buildings go. They cost too much to keep up.
Baby, they didn't have a plan. These churches don't have plan. They didn't have a contingency plan. You know, Kmart, Mervyn's, Buffham's, all of these stores didn't have a plan. They never thought there would be an Amazon.com one day. You know?
And you know, everybody's a damn prophet and prophetess online. So
that really does a lot of damage because everybody's a prophetess.
Yeah.
You see everybody spitting and slobbering online.
Yeah.
And screaming with some glitter fabric behind them as a backdrop.
Did you see that Verdict is going with Michael Todd now? He's about to, you know, the guy who got in his scandal out of Hillsong. He done teamed up with Michael Todd.
I'm actually going to talk about that tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
I was going to talk about that tomorrow night because that when I saw the picture, when it landed across my desk, and see, that's the pastor that used to drive around with Justin Bieber in a mobile home,
right?
And walking around with no drawers on, free balling. I got a picture. I may put it in my Patreon tonight.
What's
There's
your
a picture of him walking.
What's your Patreon?
The Patreon is I have to give you the link because it's an adult site. You can't find it by searching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have to supply you with the link is on.
I could never find that. When I was in Larry, I could never find Larry's.
Yeah, if it's adult content, it's not searchable. I have to supply you with the link, or I can post the link and you just go to it. That's why I just post the link in my chat. And people just go directly to it. But I'm gonna post that picture tonight. Yeah, him and Justin Bieber walking around, and he ain't got no drawers on, just free balling. And Mike Todd, this the man you for the link back up with.
But you know what? It's a money grab all the way around.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
The woman that was over at his house said that I don't know whether it's it was the maid or somebody was over at the house, and she said she heard sounds coming from the room, and over there Pastor, I think his name is Pastor Wentz or Pastor Lentz. That's Justin Bieber's old pastor.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Pastor Lentz. Well, yeah, she said she heard somebody in the room. She passed by the door and somebody was going, ooh. And baby, it hit the fan, honey. And I never finished that Hillsong. I may watch it tonight, Chris, because they said it was really good.
My mom watched it. She said, she asked, and I hadn't watched it, but she said, oh, it's so disturbing. But she said it's so funny because people act like it's just in the black church or just in the no. Everywhere.
No. The Southern Baptists got a whole scandal going on. They got a whole scandal going on right now. And I have no idea why the Southern Baptist is not getting the media coverage it should be getting. But they have a whole scandal. The Catholic Church is just like, they couldn't tell me red beans go with rice. Okay. But it's a lot, brother. It is so much in the religious sphere when it comes to these kind of things.
Yeah, and it's but when I heard about that with him linking up with Mike Todd, the spitter, and I'm like, it's like you said, they have to just do so much to figure out how to keep these people's attention. Just, bringing up a prop in front of them with, water into wine or something, that don't work no more.
No. And see, the days of Peter Popoff and Benny Hinn blowing on people, you can't blow on people like that no more with coronavirus.
Don't blow on
me. You can't do that. So now they got to come up with another little scheme or scam. Because I remember Peter Popoff's wife was telling him the people's illness in his ear through an earpiece. So, they got to switch this thing up now. So,
what was the movie that all of the artists were in, the gospel artists with the white man in there?
Leap of Faith.
Leap of Faith. And Leap of Faith was on it. They knew it. That was true.
With Steve Martin, yeah, and there's
Steve
another
Martin,
good one.
there you go. Yeah.
It's another good one, but it was more dramatic. It's called The Apostle with
Let me
Robert
tell you about The
Duvall.
Apostle. That is one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah, with Robert Duvall.
But after a while, didn't you feel the Holy Ghost up in there?
At some point, I was like, I started questioning myself. Like, wait a minute.
Listen, after a while, like towards the end or something, I felt that thing. I said, something done transformed in here, and I feel the Holy Ghost.
Baby. And then that one lady that got up and testified, she took me out. She said, I know the next man, I gotta do a background check on him. I was like, okay, all right, sis. But yeah, Robert Duvall, when he did that prayer, he was like, give me peace, give me peace, give me peace. I was like, I was kind of feeling a lot of that stuff in that movie. The Apostle, if you don't know the movie The Apostle, y'all, check it out. Seeking, you find it online. It's called The Apostle. I think he really should have won the Oscar for that movie. He did not, but that was a good movie.
Let me see if I can just I wonder what it's on. I haven't seen it in a while.
It made Amazon, not Amazon, Amazon Prime may have it. Well, they got everything.
Let me see.
It was called The Apostle. I'm trying to think of another movie.
Here, I just want to share it real quick. That y'all go and y'all just check this out.
The Apostle. And then another good movie is called Doubt. Did you see that with Meryl Streep?
I don't think I saw that.
That was good. That was good. It's called Doubt. Yeah, okay, you got to see that. It's about the Catholic. It's about the Catholic. It's the Catholic situation.
Oh, you know what? Someone told me about that. Now that you say, yeah, it's about the Catholic deal.
Yeah, it's called Doubt. Viola Davis. She was in it for like 5 minutes and got an Oscar nomination.
No, well, look at here. Look at here.
Well,
yeah, but it's it's just these churches, they have to figure out what's going to happen forward and what they can do. And you know what? Why are we still trying to get people, like what they can do to keep people in the seats or get people to the church? Why? But why? Yeah. It's just, I think if you can find you a good spiritual advisor or a good person that get you a good Ayala somewhere. Yeah. And
I like Super Soul Sunday.
Yeah.
I love Super Soul Sunday. Now the Oprah don't, you can't get on unless you get it through certain things, right? So it ain't like you can download it. You got to get on through your cable provider if you do download the app. You have to connect to your cable provider. If you don't have a cable provider, then you got to do like Philo or something, right? So, but I love Super Soul Sunday because it gives you different perspectives of different religions. And I was wondering, why did the church come out so hard against Oprah and Super Soul Sunday? When it first came out. But see, they don't like anything that involves critical thinking.
No.
And they don't like anything where other religions or other deities or other principles and perspectives and paths to God are examined.
Right.
When you start examining other things in other ways, you cannot believe that there's only one way to God in this vast, big old universe. And there's only one religion, only one deity that gets you to God. You can't be that damn naive spiritually.
Well,
I'm sorry.
The pastor told him that's what they believe.
Wow. It's like, come on, y'all have to know better.
The pastor say that's all, and y'all better read for yourself. A lot of these scriptures, it's like Malachi 3:8. Will a man rob God? Yet he rob the whole nation. Bring all the tithes. I can quote it back and forth because it was indoctrinated in our brains. So, and it's like a lot of these other scriptures have been beat on our brains, but we didn't have the pretext and the before and the after. We never even thought about researching.
And you can have it in you. And see, this is what a lot of people don't understand, Chris. There's so many preachers out here that are dealing with so many things like, sexuality, internal, things going on with them, cheating on their wives, and they're dealing with all of this stuff, and they have to come out and they have to give you a word, and they have to put on this mask, right? That's why Iyanla says secrets kill. And then when things unravel or when things come apart, like for instance, when Eddie Long died, you had like people like Kim Burrell and all these people that came out and said, you know, so many things. But girl, what if you would have took that same energy and took that time to go and talk to him or call him and tell him, listen, I see that you're in something going on, but y'all want to talk about, well, he died unrepentant. Well, girl, why did he die unrepentant? Why did he confess? You know what I'm saying? What environment, what church environment has caused him to have to go around and live this life in secret? You know what I'm saying? Y'all are a part of the problem, and then when people die from the problem, you blame the person. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is, and everybody is what they say what they call that after the show kind of person. We done past that now. You should have said something at that time, and we all know that, you know, the story of Honk for Jesus, and which is probably the Eddie Long story, right? We understand that, but like you say, what's the deeper thought? Why didn't anybody come to the forefront and talk about? And it was really sad though when all this did come. They ran from him like he was a roach.
And Bernice hit it. They all hit it. You know, she told me her assignment was complete. Girl, no, it wasn't. You hit it.
You hit the road because you figured out your cash cow was about to be dwindling because people were going to start losing. I mean, going from the church, and he's going to start losing his influence on people.
And because at one point, Eddie Long was attached to people like George Bush, and he had a lot of great influence. But what is going on, Chris, internally, when you know that you are probably you are a gay man, right?
Right.
I don't even want to say bisexual. You are a gay man, or maybe you could be a bi man, and you get your congregation and y'all march from MLK's grave against gay marriage. How are you feeling inside? I know you have to be performative for the church, like Dwayne Dawkins, right? You have to be anti-gay. It throws them off the scent of you, right?
Right.
But how do you feel doing that, knowing you are partaking in what you are rallying and preaching against? It's always been a curiosity to me. What goes through the mind for you to march from Dr. King's grave through Atlanta for anti-gay marriage equality, and you are up here?
Just left the apartment of the boy that you put up over there.
And you probably got greasy legs in your pants. You know what I'm saying? What do you do?
That's like my mom used to say, why he got them old muscle shirts on?
And all this baby oil on your arms.
Oh, greasy legs. Just wait for them deacons to come over.
It's unbelievable. And then I took a lot of flack because I said that Vanessa Long, you know, his widow, I said she could have did a lot. After the fact. And then everybody told me, well, she already gave enough. She ain't got to do nothing. Let her live her life. Her own children don't hear from her, Ty. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. All I'm saying is, you see, Reva Timms took her testimony and put it into a book. You know what I'm saying? A CD and some bumper stickers. All I'm saying is, turn your testimony into a, you know what I'm saying, a cause for people to understand the grace and mercy of God. You know,
it's just like we're over here with greasy lips, Lamar Whitehead. It's like, we can't give Asia Whitehead too much of a pass.
Okay.
We know good and well that she knew all the allegations that are against her. She knew they didn't have no $2 million in a bank account to get a home. She knew that. You can't tell me she didn't know that. She knew that he was getting these deals and things when the money wasn't coming in the bank account. Like he was talking about he do real estate, but yeah, I do real estate too. But real estate is not a continuous thing every month unless you selling homes after homes after homes. And we can see that his dump in Connecticut was just a pure dump that has been turned over to a receiver. So we can't continue to give Asia. She getting online every morning and with her baby and having prayer and collecting cash apps. So, but we can't give her a pass. It's like I don't want to give a first lady longer pass. I'm not giving no first ladies passes around here.
Y'all a lot of them. No, I get what you're saying. A lot of them do know because your spirit, if you're in tune with the living God, you're in tune with the living God, your spirit will give you a tug, right?
And she knew he was bisexual.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm sure she knew he was bisexual.
Who you talking about, Eddie Long?
Yes.
Oh, of course. A lot of women.
Ladies, y'all ladies in the chat, if your man is not touching you or not, giving you the affection that don't your antennas come up and you automatically think, well, he ain't getting it from me, he getting it from somewhere. And if you can rule out some other women, where else you going? Where else you going? Because I knew she ruled out some other women. They all knew, Valerie.
Well, see, when I watched a movie called Dolores Claiborne.
Oh, I like that movie too.
Yeah, when I watched Dolores Claiborne, it put some things in perspective for me. Some women basically, St. James, Chris, will endure a lot.
Yes, yeah, and it's
for their lifestyle, for the lifestyle.
Yeah. They follow, yes, La Chica. It's a voluntary look over. I'm sorry. They are enjoying the lifestyle. That's why everybody says, oh, that poor lady. Let's stop. It's not really that poor lady because that honk for Jesus was right on point. Right on point. And if people you need to keep doing your honk for Jesus specials on the Thais Report. I'm sure. And continue to remind these folks that it's not a one-man show here. We have a combination of folks who are living high off the saints and who are, just doing underhanded things to get that cash.
They'll do anything.
Yeah. So, but what the shame is, Ty, is that these preachers, these people are not able to come out and say, I like a little peen every now and then.
This is who I am.
I like a little puss every now and then. This is who I be. This is who I be. And I'm still saved. I still love the Lord, but I'm a freak. Because I'm sorry, I've met the biggest freaks I've met in the house of the Lord. I've met them.
Baby. Full of fluid and ready to do it.
Full of fluid. I met right there. So it is just, it's tragic, that we are in the state that we are in when it comes to church, and it's like, and we like our spirituality. We like it. We like to have the connection to God and Jesus. We like that, but it's just a shame that we have invested so much of our time and energy in people, in pastors, and I think with platforms like yours, Ty, that speak truth to power. When it comes to a lot of different things, but when it comes to this church, you're speaking the truth. Yeah, that Donnie. Will somebody go grab Donnie?
And just tell him, baby, it's okay, honey.
He really is hurting. We need him to have a, at least go get a houseboy, Donnie. Somebody that can
because
just.
they have made hell real to Donnie.
They have.
Donnie can see the flames, honey. They have made hell real to, and he is so scared to go to hell.
But like I say, it's also who you're hooked up with. He's
Mm-hmm.
hooked up with Marvin Winans. So it's like he's do anything. It has it may have a negative deal towards Marvin. Well, even though Marvin can't figure out that church situation, I wouldn't be thinking about Marvin. But we know that that's Donnie's. That's his history.
Exactly.
So,
and at some point, you don't want to wait until you're like 70, 80 years old and have this epiphany and your life is already behind you.
Right.
Live your life, baby.
I really had to even analyze that for myself. I look at so many people in the church that I know that are either gay or bisexual or fluid or whatever. And I know them personally. And it's like, and some of them are 50, 60, and they still talking about, I'm in the closet. Boy, everybody done swung the closet door open except you.
Mm-hmm.
And I told myself, I don't care how much of what I enjoy or who I am, I'm always going to live in my authenticity. That's what I'm going to do.
I tell people you can lie to so many people. You can lie to your family. You can lie to your family. You can lie to your church. You can lie to your employer. You can even lie to yourself. Because I've done it. I've done it several times. But there's one thing and one person you cannot lie to, and that is God.
That's right.
That's God.
Listen, he need to be like BB. Donnie, be like BB. Go on over there to Korea.
And to his wife, if she's watching, because they say she watched your show, to his wife, Deborah, girl, that interview she did on Larry Reid that time, I will never get that 50 minutes back. Oh, I know that's right,
because it was a waste of America's time.
There was a whole domestic disturbance at y'all house, girl, and you ain't covered none of that, We don't hear about your book. Girl, that book is a Dollar Tree. Shit. We don't hear about no damn book.
That book is a table. You slide it on your table to even it out. That's what it is.
Girl, there was a 911 call made from your house.
We want to know. We want
to know what happened.
We want the transcript from your house.
We want the transcripts.
If you want to sell some books, that's what you need to put in the book.
Well, see, that's what Eddie Long's son wrote a book, and everybody said, "Child, you read the book. It ain't nothing in there about like don't nobody care what you got going on, baby. We want the tea."
No, we don't care nothing about that book. He gonna tell how much of a wonderful giver his father was, and we know he gave a lot.
Yes, he gave hams, Cornish hens, neck bones. Okay, wonderful, honey. Okay, great. Thank you for telling us. I remember when Eddie Long. I remember when Eddie Long was on Steve Harvey. I was hot as fish. I'm like,
was he? I don't remember that.
He was on the Steve Harvey show telling his book, and child, another book with nothing in it. Like, boy, who do y'all have writing these 300 or 400 page books?
Yeah,
I mean, they must be like, my name is Eddie Long. I was born a very, 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 very long time ago.
What do you have to say?
And then I would like to tell y'all that I love you very, 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 because I don't know how they get to 400 pages, 400 pages in these books and tell about what?
About what? Yeah, I don't understand it, but
it is what it is. But I don't think Asia is like a Tasha St. Patrick from Power, but I don't believe that she didn't know anything about what's going on. Girl, you should know your husband's, y'all finances, what y'all have and what y'all don't have coming in. Everybody knows that. So no, she's
that's not. What I'm saying. So we can't sit here and talk about poor Asia. No, she's just not on the radar, and she done probably, made a deal with the feds, and she's laying low.
She probably already said her piece, pretty much.
Yeah, she said her piece, and she probably bailed herself out of it. Her dad. Now we have to remember that Asia Whitehead's dad is a very affluent person in Brooklyn.
Right. So, and that's what I said. I said, Asia, she really can. She has that thing on her. She's just tied to the wrong person. She really can. She's a great speaker. She can preach and speak. Yeah. That's no shade, but
he's probably jealous of her.
Oh yeah, of course. Because I remember one time he was on, and I'm sure he's very jealous of her preaching because he has horrible verb noun agreement, mispronouncing words, stuttering. Like, boy, put the Bible up.
Yeah, we don't want to hear it. That old Bible. You got the old Bible,
and then you got all these highlighted marks in the Bible. You're not reading the Bible like that. All these sticky notes. The Bible look like a rainbow. Boy, please.
Not as much as he's been accused of scamming. He not reading no Bible. That's for sure.
But it's the prayer shawl. Like when he has that prayer shawl.
Flat sheet. It's a flat
sheet. It's
sheet.
like, Chris, I would be so scared that God would strike me down. You couldn't pay me.
When I look at him, Ty, when I see that he's on, I be like, this Negro is like bold.
Yeah.
And I was
like
looking at him
for real.
serve communion and his imps. He actually got some people that are standing by him serving communion to people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this Negro, he just bold. He is too much for me.
And it's like, y'all ain't even thinking about one day y'all are going to have to answer to this.
Ooh.
Because you will.
You will.
Those people did not deserve that over there, the glory of God people. They really did.
The people actually doing things for the community.
Mm-hmm.
Doing things for the community.
And that's the part that makes you mad because now there's a whole community, Chris, that is without a lifeline. He ain't giving out nothing from that church. He's doing it on Sunday.
Remember when he was on Way Up with Angela Yee, he's talking about how he gave Angela Lee an award for her service in the community. Angela Lee Yee don't need no awards for Brooklyn. You need to go feed some folks who are homeless and who need, who are destitute. You talking about putting up $1 million? You talking about putting up $1 million to fight D.L. Hughley? Why don't you put that $1 million up and feed that neighborhood? Let me go get $1 million out of my account. If he got $1 million in his account, I do too.
Child, I do too. D.L. Hughley better check the serial numbers. It's gonna be Jeffrey dollars or Monopoly money.
Pitiful.
It's sad.
I don't want to keep you too long on here. I just wanted to.
I enjoyed myself, and I hope to come back soon. So I enjoyed myself. Yeah. Thank you for always being available for my channel as well. Thank you guys. What is your follower? What are your followers called?
The Saints and my Saints.
Okay, well, thank y'all.
Get a Saints meeting tonight.
Well, thank y'all to the Saints. I like that, to the Saints. I appreciate you for having me on, brother. Have a wonderful evening. I'm gonna go back to the chat.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna be ending in a minute. All right. I hope everyone has liked and subscribed, and you can also join the channel by clicking on join and becoming a monthly member, and that would be wonderful for you to do. And also the Cash App is there if you would like to support the channel in any way. This Cash App is there, and also in the description there's options for Zelle and for Venmo, and so there it is right there. So yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you just coming on and saying hey tonight. I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter or resurrection service, however you associate with it, So, but again, appreciate you. This has been the Gospel According to St. James. Thank you, Lee, for manning the chat and for just being here. One more time, we are going to London, the Music and Arts Global of the Edwin Hawkins Music and Arts Seminar. We are going to London to relaunch the conference in London. So let me go ahead and play this again.
One of the things that I learned from legends like Andre Crouch, Sandra Crouch, Edwin and Walter Hawkins was, if you show yourself friendly, you gain friends. So I'm excited I have friends from all over Europe meeting me in London for Music and Arts Global at the Gaumont State Theatre, April 27th through the 29th. Friday night is all about the choir. So Silver from Geneva will meet me there. Solid Gospel Sweden, New Voices Venice, True Gospel Copenhagen, Riga Gospel Choir, Latvia, Living Waters Madrid, John Nash and the Monterey Peninsula Gospel Choir, Monterey, California, Aaron Arrington and the Facebook Chorale, Las Vegas. All of this and more. You don't want to miss this. We're going to have an amazing time. See you there.
Hey, what's up? And I like to play that. I can't wait to get to London because there is a lot of people in London that actually watch me. I look at the algorithms and the analysis of where people are watching from, and London is a large percentage is from London. So I can't wait to get to London. I'm going at the end of the month. Oh my goodness, Ty. Oh, thank you so much, Ty. You are a blessing. All right, you do that, Teruma. But I will be there in London the end of this month. So it's a whole 3-day of music, choir master, teaching. A bunch of choirs are coming in from all around the world. And this is what gospel music's impact should be. Just not in the United States, but all around the world. So we are taking gospel all around the world. They love gospel music in Europe. They really do. They really do. So thank you, Nita, for hanging out with us. And again, thank you again. Hope everyone has a wonderful evening. We will get back with you this coming week. Try to get William McCray on here to run his mouth and to do some things. So we appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure that you are liking. Yeah. Oh, I know what you meant. Thanks so much, Nita. Thank you for liking and sharing. And like I said, consider being a member. Click on join and you can be a member of just like Thais, he's in green, and some of the other people are in green. So they are members of the St. James Show. And again, we do have our merchandise. So if you click the link is in the description. And if you can get the St. James Show t-shirt, pullover, whatever you want, a water bottle, an apron. And I am going to be doing some little cooking things. People ask me would I do some cooking stuff because I'm always cooking something. So I'm going to be doing some cooking, and I'm sure I'll be wearing my apron. So you too can have the St. James Show apron or t-shirt. And just click on the link. You can click whatever colors you want, whatever size, whatever premium t-shirt or just a regular t-shirt. And we have our Black excellence there. So I believe we have some excellent Black folk all up around here. So again, I love each and every one of you. You all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And we are going to get out of here. He didn't have to do it, y'all. But we're so glad he did. All right? So again,